Hello, everyone. This is Garth Harwood. I am the Director of Education at Hidden Villa in Los Altos Hills, California. Hidden Villa is a private, nonprofit farm and organic garden operation with 1,000 acres or so of wildlands surrounding it, which are in turn surrounded by open spaces and parklands that are accessible to the public. So Hidden Villa is open to the public every day except for Mondays for casual visitors as well. And we serve the needs of up to 20,000 students a year from throughout the Bay Area. We serve approximately 300 schools of varying grade levels, and we try to reproduce the sort of experience that inspires children when they play on their own in the woods with guided facilitation of direct sensory experiences on both the farm, the organic garden, as well as farm animals. And for older kids, we add in a walk through the wilderness as well and help the kids make lots of discoveries there. So our flagship program for the very young, for preschoolers through first graders, is the Farm Tours program, where kids get to be up close and experience directly for themselves the lives of farm animals and how they meet their needs and how they are like and unlike one another. These sorts of rich experiential opportunities directly support the next generation science standards, which are far more driven by student curiosity and independent inquiry than previous standards may have been. And as you can see, the farm animals get as curious about us as we do about them on many occasions. On the screen in many of these images, you'll see the grade level performance expectations that we think are especially applicable to the tours that we provide at Hidden Villa. So the animals can be seen behaving in the sorts of ways that indicate how they meet their basic needs, including how they get the flies away from their eyes on a hot summer day. So experiences like being up close to the cows and a protective grandmother like that one provide kids with rich sensory experiences that can't be reproduced with written materials or secondhand film or video materials. There's something special when they're not only seeing and hearing, but also smelling, touching, and exploring in their asking their own questions in context. And they get to be part of the playful exchanges that are always happening on the farm. Interesting to see how the young lambs experience the stimuli of their playful colleagues differently than the mothers do. Mothers are more like, "Get out of my face." On the garden side of things, kids get to actually participate in the gardening experience to a small degree. And the youngest children will not only taste, but also smell, touch, and otherwise explore the plants growing in the garden and see how insect pollination occurs and identify the different parts of the plants in the garden. Everybody wants to pull a carrot, but we only get to have one carrot per group. So since everybody wants part of the pulling experience, we have all the kids line up and pull on the carrot puller. For the older kids from 2nd grade through 6th grade, we have a second flagship program called the Farm and Wilderness Exploration Program. As you can see in the background images, there are many wild places, green, shady, sometimes foggy, all manner of plant communities for the kids to explore. Kids can put their hands in the cold waters of Adobe Creek and see how long if they can meet the 1-minute challenge of keeping their hand immersed for a full minute. These are exciting adventures for a 2nd or 3rd grader. And one of the most beloved activities of all is what we call a silent hike, where kids, the chatter that comes so naturally to them quiets down for a short while, and they walk through the forest, soaking information through all of their senses. The group leader silently demonstrates ways to interact with the environment around them. So older kids also get to interact with animals, but in a little closer and more personal way. And sometimes they will encounter wild creatures such as banana slugs or the western skink with its electric blue tail. And of course, they interact with the farm animals too, in age-appropriate ways, which can include, if the teachers choose to stay overnight, a chance to do farm chores in the afternoon, and even stay overnight in our hostel that's on site. We have quite a variety of animals. Even when there are no wild animals of size to be encountered, there's always the farm animals, and there are many ways in which they share traits and needs with their wild counterparts. It's very interesting for the kids to see the way animals, both wild and domestic, actually live their lives, including such things as the blue-bellied lizard, which can at one point have a long tail, but also after a predation near miss, it may have a very stubby tail that's in some stage of regrowth. So traits that can be influenced by the environment are on display in many locations. And just like all the other non-formal providers participating in the 10 Strands project of the San Mateo Environmental Learning Collaborative, we feel like we are extremely well positioned to assist teachers in San Mateo County adopt the next generation science standards, because it is a very experience-based approach that we have been active with for more than 40 years. You can find out a lot more about Hidden Villa and the exact programs that we offer and how to register for them at hiddenvilla.org. That's www.hiddenvilla.org. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.